Okay, welcome back. The next tool that's we want to look at is the shape tool, which is the next one down from our pick tool. So in order to work with the shape tool, we actually have to have an object. So what I'll do is I'll just click and drag a line. And if we look at this line, it actually has two little boxes, and these particular boxes are referred to as nodes. So what it does allow us to do right now is move this line anywhere we wish. Now if I want to modify this line, curve it, do anything like that, I would have to right click on the line, and if I select to curve, if I click and drag on the line right now, I can actually modify this line by clicking and dragging on a line. If you notice on top of the menu bar or the property bar here, it gives us the same options as right clicking. I just find it's a little too far for me to travel, so I just tend to do the right click on a line. This is called a handle right here. If we click and drag on a handle, we can actually independently manipulate this line. If I choose to add another node, all you have to do is double click on a line. If I double click on a line, we can now add another node and independently or move these handles. In this case right here, if you see this handle moving around, this is referred to as being symmetrical. And at times I may not want that to happen. So what I'll do is I'll just right click on that particular node and I'll call it cusp. And now I can actually move that line individually. Or I can go in and click on it. You want to remove a node? Pretty simple. Just delete it. Okay. So with the shape tool, double clicking on a line will add a node. On our handles, we can actually move and manipulate this vector line. This is why it's mathematically calculated, because it is continuously changing. I can click on a line if I want, or I can click on a handle from the node. To delete it, just hit the delete key. So the shape tool, more or less, if you look at it this way, it allows us to modify or edit any shape. Here's a good example. If I have this circle and I use the shape tool right now on this circle that I created with the ellipse tool, if you notice, it has a preset in, and I can actually make it look like a pie for a pie chart, and we'll get this in the property bar. We can actually have it an arc. We can go to a pie shape all the time, or we can actually go back to our ellipse. I'm just going to make sure it's back to ellipse. I'm going to go back to my arrange and use my so-called convert to curves. Now I'm going to go back to my shape tool, and I'm going to modify this shape. I've clicked and dragged this node down. Here's my handle, moving symmetrical or smooth. I want to right click and I want to put to a cusp, and now I can move it individual, and now I can start to model. Same thing, this is sort of smoothing this out or becoming symmetrical. I will right click, cusp, and now I can modify this in a shape. So there that is. If you want to remove a node again, just hit the delete key. Remember, Control Z is undo. If you want to add a node, double click on it. You can also click and drag on the line to modify your shape. So those are things that works with the shape tool. One last thing, here's my text tool. I will just type out some text. So I want to modify something with this text. Use your shape tool. There's my little box, sort of like my node, and now I can go in and I can literally change. Well, that's not a good type, is it? The text size. Move this text around anywhere I want using the shape tool. Oh, and this does have a flyout inside the shape tool, but I find I don't really use too many of these. You can experiment with these different tools. They do have a certain function depending on what you want to design or draw. I just find that this particular shape tool is enough for me. And again, anywhere you see a little triangle will have a flyout. Okay, so our next lesson will be the zoom tool. Okay, we'll see you in a bit.